Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on Supergirl Season 3. So this is going to be my trailer breakdown for Episode 4, otherwise entitled The Faithful. But before we get into anything else, let's actually watch the trailer.
When you look into the eyes of God, you do not forget.
It's not a religion, it's a cult.
Ruby is special.
He's gotta have a motive.
It's more powerful if you experience it yourself.
Did you come here to test my faith?
Imagine how many recruits he'd get with a bomb.
Get out of there right now!
We are all going to die.
Supergirl, all new episode Monday at 8, 7 Central on the CW.
So in the last episode of Supergirl, we had what many would classify as a filler episode, as the episode didn't really have anything to do with the main story of this season. So in other words, there was no rain, which was the common complaint I saw. So there was like, where is rain? Why isn't there any rain? Which I was sort of surprised by. I thought the last episode was a good episode with some really nice moments, with some, development with both Jean and the Sandvers stuff. So I don't see that as a filler episode. A filler episode for me is when whatever happens in that episode can be forgotten about and it doesn't really matter for what's going ahead with the show, but it had some stuff that was relevant to the future of different characters, so it wasn't a filler episode in my eyes. But Samantha, or Rain, is back in this episode, which, as I said before, is entitled The Faithful. Before we break down the actual trailer, we will also quickly go over the synopsis or description for the episode just to get a better idea of what is going on. But of course, do let me know in the comment section down below what you were looking forward to most in this episode, what all of your opinions are, and of course be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Kara investigates a secretive new group whose leader, Thomas Kervill, has a mysterious connection to Supergirl. Meanwhile, Samantha feels like she's letting Ruby down and Jean confesses an old secret. So the trailer starts off with us seeing this dude here falling through the ground and almost looking to be engulfed in flames. But this is then when we see him again in front of Supergirl, so she has obviously arrived just in the nick of time, which is extremely lucky for this dude, but he seems to be kneeling in front of her as if he is worshipping her like a god almost. This is hinted at even more if you think about it, as he almost died falling into flames as if he was falling into hell, only to be saved by Supergirl and then almost worship her like a god. And this is where we meet our antagonist for the episode in the form of Thomas Kervill here, as he leads a service, I guess you could say it is, to a fairly packed room. And you can see that we have Kara, Wynn and James right here spectating. We hear him say, "When you look into the eyes of God, you do not forget." So this, along with that opening scene, really does give you the setup for what, to expect in this episode. And I do think the concept is really interesting, but also creepy at the same time. We then see this within what looks like to be the same building that Thomas Kervill was holding that ceremony in. Now, I'm not 100% sure what this is meant to be. I might be having a brain fart and it is something that we have seen before, but it looks like it could be Kryptonian, possibly even the ship that we saw underwater towards the end of the first episode of this season, but it does look like it could be a bit too small. But it does seem to be almost a point of worship, if you want to call it that. Now, towards the end of the trailer, we do see it again, and we may learn what it is back then, so I'll bring it up again when we get to that point. We do hear Kara say that whatever this is that Thomas is heading isn't a religion, it's a cult. Which is when we see this woman hand Samantha a pamphlet for this organization, complete with this insignia that we did see in that room earlier on. This woman tells Samantha that Ruby is special, and as we know in the synopsis, Samantha feels like she is letting Ruby down. So this cult then could be aware of that and taking advantage of it. In regards to the whole cult thing that they have going on in this episode, there has been a cult towards fellow Kryptonians in the comics before. Superman had one, I'm pretty sure, and most notably Superboy, or Connor Kent, did as well. So this whole thing can be seen as a nod to them. With Superboy though, the cult started after he was killed, so he wasn't actually alive for the cult's existence. Back to that pamphlet for a second, you do see that insignia on the pamphlet. I did see some people wondering whether that was the emblem that was around the area where Rain was blasted off from in the season 2 finale from Krypton. Now it isn't, however this could have possibly been in the ship or thing that Thomas had. I'm guessing it could mean something in Kryptonian that plays a big role in this episode, or possibly the season. You never know, this little symbol could mean Rain in Kryptonian, who knows. But speaking of Rain, we do see Samantha here hunched down in the bathroom looking pretty scared of something. But what is she actually scared of? Well, we do have this shadowy figure standing here, which is what Samantha appears to be looking at. This doesn't necessarily have to be what is scaring her, so it could be her daughter Ruby that's checking up on her. Maybe she heard a sound, came in, sees her mum in the corner and stuff like that. or it could possibly be another step in her journey to becoming Rain. We did see Samantha have that vision at the end of episode 1 of this season of Allura turning into Rain, so this could be another vision, but instead of, inside of a dream or a nightmare of hers, it is in reality, so she is seeing it. But let me know what you think of all of this in the comments. Like, what do you think Samantha is, experiencing right here? And in the trailer, we do get a tease at the big action scene to wrap up the episode, which takes place in an arena at a hockey game. And this is where we see that thing that Thomas had earlier on in the trailer. And going by what is said, that thing that Thomas has is a bomb. And going by the design of it, it does look like it could possibly be built from some type of Kryptonian technology. But I am very interested to see how all of this plays out and why Thomas feels the need to do all of this. Like, it is a cult, like it's obviously a cult, it's not a religion, so cults do weird things. So it's not that surprising that he's doing something weird here. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on the video to show your support. Let me know in the comments section down below, what do you think Thomas's plans are in this episode? Like, do you think this is Kryptonian technology that he's using? And just leave all of your general opinions in the comment section down below as well. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.